As the leaves are falling and temperature is changing, we're going to get some lawn care tips from the lawn lover himself. Justin is back with us. Hi, Justin.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Doing good and enjoying the cooler breeze and temperature right now. And what I love about this season is as the leaves fall, it's so beautiful as they hit the ground.
Yes.
So I have to know, is it best for leaves to stay on the ground or should people rake them, mow them, get them away?
Yeah. So kind of the general advice is if you have a lot of leaves, you're going to want to get them off of your lawns just because they can suffocate out the grass and you can have issues with grass dying off, etc. But yeah, like I don't have a lot of leaves at my house, so I will run them over with a mulching mower and kind of mulch them up finely, and it's kind of Mother Nature's natural fertilizer on the grass. So those will break down, kind of compost over time, and overall help your lawn in the future.
Okay, so mulching, that's an interesting word. Okay, so basically that saves time, right? Instead of having to rake, people can just mow.
Absolutely, absolutely. One step instead of multiple steps. So yeah, I mean, if you don't want to pick up leaves, I mean, and it's not something that's fun to do. So
yeah, okay, so a natural fertilizer. So what other ways can people have fertilization that can help protect their lawns over the winter?
Yeah, so fall is actually the most important time to take care of your lawn. So if you do nothing else throughout the entire year, make sure you're fertilizing it in the fall. So I always recommend, if you're new to lawn care, to stick with something that's a higher nitrogen content in fertilizer, which will be the first number on the fertilizer bag. So a lot of these fall fertilizers will be in the high 20s or 30s on that first analysis on the bag. So stick with something high nitrogen. What it's going to do is store that nitrogen in your grass roots over the winter, and it's going to store those nutrients so when springtime comes, your lawn can really take off, and you'll notice that more rapid green up, and you'll have better, stronger roots for next year too. Okay,
that's interesting. So as people apply the fertilizer, what is the frequency they should be adding it to their lawn?
Yeah, so I usually do 2 applications in the fall. I did one earlier, like the first part of October, I usually do it, and then I'll try to get it in at the end of October, first week or 2 of November. It's just kind of, obviously this is Northeast Indiana, so it's like flip a coin on the weather. So it's really weather dependent, so you got to keep an eye on that forecast. But yeah, I mean, I usually try to do 2 applications of fertilizer about 4 to 6 weeks apart and really give it a final push into winter so it can come back next spring.
Yeah, like you said, with greener grass. And speaking of the push into winter, share with us some tips on how people can actually winterize their lawns.
Yeah, so winterizing, a big step there is the fertilizer, so you want to do that. I also recommend that final cut of the year or the final few cuts of the year to kind of step back down your mowing height. So you want to get your grass shorter as you go into winter. This is going to help with it not matting down when it snows, which in turn can help you not get fungal issues like lawn fungus, etc., and kill off your lawn next spring. So that's a good step to take. And also a good step is core aeration. So if you've never aerated your yard before, to get a core aerator, you can rent them most places around town here and give your lawn a good aeration, and it kind of opens the soil, lets it breathe, and aerifies your soil for next year as well.
Okay, so aeration. Who knew that there were so many steps to really love on the lawn? And so let's go deeper into the aeration. For those who don't know, what is that? Like, go step by step in that process for me.
Yeah, so core aeration is a process that's a machine that you rent, and it will basically plug holes into your grass. So if you've ever walked around and seen little soil plugs on the lawn, that's what that is. It's core aeration. So it'll open up thousands of holes throughout the lawn depending on how many times you go over it, and it basically allows the water and the nutrients to get down to your roots where you want it. So if your fertilizer and water can't penetrate that top layer, it's not really going to help your grass. So if you open that up in the fall time right before winter, it will kind of aerify your soil for next year and give you better nutrient uptake.
Okay, that's great. That's so great. Okay, so we've mulching, we are fertilizing, we are aerating, and we're doing all this to protect our grass for the winter.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Justin, for coming in and sharing this information. And if you want to find out more information on how to take care and love on your lawn, you can go to Justin's YouTube page, The Lawn Lover. We'll be right back.